Oh, recording in progress.
Well, hello, everybody. I want to welcome you to the monthly Diamond membership call. I know there are a few of you that couldn't join us tonight, and I do have some things to share. Some of you have sent questions in, and I thank you for that. And I want to encourage everybody to know this whole monthly call is for you to ask me absolutely anything. You can ask me about your pet, you can ask about your business, you can ask about your personal life. There's things going on. Um, Tonight, what I want to do is I want to share with you the energy in the world right now is insane. And I will tell you, like even this morning, I was like, oh my gosh, I was jittery myself. And what's happening is that we are in a cycle right now in this week, in particular, that we have to do a lot of deep breathing. It's all about clearing out because everybody right now is going through a change. I'm having some things changing in my life. I'm growing, and I will share publicly with that once more, some more things are finalized around all this. But it's all great stuff. And sometimes, if you're resistant to maybe change or some things coming, if you're empathic and you're feeling others, you can feel jittery. You might want to rip someone's head off. You might want to get so frustrated and want to go, I don't want to do this anymore. What am I doing? I can't believe I'm doing this. This kind of feeling and attitude. We have had this full moon. I can tell you in my house regarding our pets, our little rescue boy Buddy, you've heard me talk about him, you've seen him on my social media stuff. Buddy is very empathic, and oh my goodness, he has been going crazy for the week leading up to the full moon, and he's still going strong. And I'm getting up at midnight at 1 a.m., throwing the ball down the hall, and to help him wear off the energy. He's waking us up at 5 o'clock in the morning because he feels like he needs to get up and get playing. He's so crazy energized. And this is what it's doing to him. I can tell you our other dog, Marley, he has been scratching a lot. When I go out, it's like he gets very stressed and filled with anxiety, and his skin is going red. I'm telling you these things because energy will affect not only us, but it will affect our pets. And so when we are in a place where, like, oh, we're kind of going like this, sizzling, our pets will feel it. But, a lot of you have empathic pets and they're very sensitive to your energy. So, if you're finding your pets are kind of acting crazy or things are different, these full moons are getting like crazier and crazier with this energy of what it's doing. And, you know, um, C and I were talking before I hit the record button with the hurricane and what's happening with these storms. And, all of this stuff is just creating energy. So, what can you do about all this? Okay, so you want to burn a candle. You want to turn on relaxing music. I know I talk about this a lot in these Monday messages, but I'm telling you, I am burning candles right now and watching the flame every night, where I would normally sit down and meditate and do that. But because Buddy's so hyper and wanting to be on my knee, and he wants me to do healing on him because he knows he's hyper, he can't get himself calm, that I need to have that on because his energy's been distracting me in that way. So I have been burning a candle every night and watching the flame. And I want to encourage you to do that at this time. It's only going to be for a few days more because it's shifting, but this is a time where we are going through change, everybody. And so if you are resistant and if you're feeling like anxious and these different emotions, I want to encourage you to sit down and journal, like, what is causing me to feel this way? What am I feeling, first of all? And what is the root behind it? Is it because you're maybe concerned about what will happen in your future? Or maybe Is it you're frustrated because you want to go somewhere? I know a lot of people have been telling me they just feel like they want to have an adventure and they just want to go. They want to go somewhere. And but maybe money's holding them back and they're frustrated and stuff like that. So they were finding as they were journaling, they were coming to the answers that they were frustrated because they wanted to take a trip, but they didn't have the money for it. So instead of focusing the energy on like I'm frustrated, that's where you then shift it is like, what is my solution? And this is a lot of the time when I'm trying to find answers, and I hate saying that we're trying, when I am finding the solution, that is what I will do is I will journal, what is this thought caused by? And I write all my emotions down. And then, okay, so what is it that I could do? And then I can tell you right now to kind of help you with this, it's a really good time to clean out. It's a really good time to clean up. Um, I even saw my husband fill a bag of his clothes that don't fit him anymore. Normally it's me saying, "Come on, hon, like you don't wear that anymore." And he said, I just felt like I needed to clean out this drawer. I'm like, okay, what happened to you? So like this is a miracle happened in the London house for my husband to do this. But again, this is how people are all being affected differently, that they're needing to clear out, make space, make room for new. Okay. So if you spend some time, go in an area, be guided. If you feel like there's a room I can't go into, well, hit that room. What is in there that's bothering you? What is it that you're no longer using? And so, with everyone going through a change right now, some people don't know where they're going, but still, you don't need to know where you're going. You just need to trust God. You need to trust your angels, your pets that are on the other side there with you, and they will make the things happen. Just listen to the thought, I need to do this, then do it. I need to go here, then go there. So start doing that. And like for me, every day in the morning, I get in a quiet space and I ask, what is it that I need to accomplish today? And then if there's something in there, I hear, your schedule's too busy, that's not going to be right for you to do, then I'll cancel it. And then I'll find out, well, that person couldn't make it for that meeting or whatever. And so, trust yourself. Each one of you on this in this membership are very intuitive. And this is now the time to start trusting yourself more. If you weren't intuitive, I would tell you. I never hide these kind of things from you. And I want to ensure you're all very, 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 very intuitive. And this is where this growth that will happen for you is in stepping into your power, stepping into your intuition. And it's kind of like how I live my life is that I don't sit down and go, okay, I'm going to go here and do that, do that. I don't plan like, yes, I book my meetings and I book like talks and all these things I'm doing. But as far as like, what am I supposed to do in my day, if it's laundry or going, for a walk or going to the farmer's market or all this stuff, I I am guided to doing all these kind of things in my morning. And I just let the energy flow and I go. Because right now that's how we need to be, just like relaxed, let it just happen. And so when you're letting frustration or anxiety over wellness, there's something that you're fighting, not moving forward with. And so that's where you journal and get that out. So I hope that helps with you where you're at now. I want to share a couple messages, and then we've got like one person on the call tonight, and I know that there was going to be a couple more, but if they're not here now, they won't make it because they had um, let me know in advance. But the first message that I want to share is for Sarah. Okay, now you had wanted to know about Benny. And Benny has been shaking a lot and skin conditions and allergies. And I want you to know that again, I've just been talking about energy, and as I mentioned about Buddy and Marley, this energy is really, really, really getting hard on animals every time, with the full moons, a lot happening in the world. I know for me, I was in the States in May, and the energy affected me from being where I was located was I was in Maryland, and I had to go through New York State and Pennsylvania, and the energy was so negative and heavy that by the time we got to our location at the hotel, my body was so swollen, I could hardly do out my pants. I was just so swollen from the energy. So, this is what happens to me when I get out. I just swell in the energy. And so, if you figure that you're maybe living in an area where there may be a lot of stuff happening, I'm having a lot of people from the States that are feeling the energy living there and, reaching out, how can I cope with this energy because of what's happening in your country with, all your stuff happening. I don't want to go into it all and feed into that, but kind of the stuff that's happening, but the pets are being affected even more. And for them, it's more like where my body swells, they're having the skin irritations, they're having the itching, they're having, these, all this emotional stuff happening, but it's coming out through them physically. So, Sarah, Benny is very, very sensitive to energy. And so, if any of you, I know this is your parents' cat, but if there's anything, with Benny being so sensitive, he's going to be reactive. And it's just like Marley. He can be fine. I can go out for half of an hour and come home and his skin's red as anything because the energy is just, that's what's coming out of him right now, is feeling that anxiety energy because this full moon situation again. Okay. Now, Sarah, one thing that Sunny wanted me to tell you was that he's with you, but what you're not doing is you're not being present. And so I want to encourage you, and Sunny wants to encourage you to focus now and start doing this for you. Okay. This is a time to focus on you and start focusing on being present and on you. Because when you do that and not focusing on, something happened to someone's neighbor or friends or their health, this is all happening everywhere in the world, but you don't have to take on everyone's stuff because you're not being in your present state, what's absolutely right in front of you. And so this is what Sunny's coming to tell you, is that you need to focus on being present because Sunny's with you and trying to give you messages and guidance. And so he's, Sunny's trying to help you grow. But when you're focusing on everyone else's problems, you're not present and you're missing the work that you're supposed to be doing yourself. So I want to encourage you. Sunny wants to encourage you to, look at, you know, and I'm not saying this from a place of being cold, but I'm being this from a place of being a healer. And a lot of you are healers, is that, we always have to do self-care. We always have to be present. And as a healer, if when you're present, you become aware of stuff, your healing is stronger. Your messages come through, you will be stronger. And, if you're always giving your energy away to others, you're feeling their stuff, but never clearing that, it just makes you like a bundle of nerves and stress and anxiety. And then animals feel that, you miss opportunities, and it's just like a domino effect happens. So I want to encourage you and anyone else who might be not doing self-care for themselves. This is really important because, ultimately we are here in this world to, a normal way we're supposed to feel is what I felt when I crossed over both times. And when I crossed over the second time, feeling the love and the joy and peace, I was told this is what humanity should be feeling around the clock every day. And people don't. Not many people feel like that. So that's where this shifts are all happening in our planet now, in our world, and shaking people up in attempts to get everyone back to this place of trusting and going with the flow and being relaxed and mindful and, here, okay, I need to go here, and then go, and okay, there's your answer to your prayer. Or, needed to do this, and you're guided to help someone in need. Or maybe there's someone there waiting to help you because you maybe put out an intention or a prayer, or asked your loved ones or angels for help for something, right? So one of the things that I had did, I'm really doing a lot of mindful work in using my mind now for attracting instead of doing physical stuff. And one of the things that I had just done this past week was I said to my husband, let's sit down and make our intentions of what we want now. And I want to encourage you, this is the week for manifesting, to do this. And so we made our list, and whenever you make a list, you do not include someone else in this, because you're ultimately responsible for yourself. And the other person or other people or other pets, like, they all have their choice to what they do. It's not up to us to control other people's destinies or get them to do what we want. So when you make your list, you make it just for yourself. So anyways, I had put on my list that, I wanted to go on a European riverboat cruise. My husband Ross and I have done cruises, Alaska, Caribbean, and all these different cruises. But we love history, and different ones that we know have gone on this riverboat cruise and thought, like, it's great. So all I'm doing, and this is, I want to encourage you to just simply do this, whatever you want, just close your eyes and visualize that you have whatever that is you want. If you want more money, see what you're spending the money on, and be in a place of joy and peace. Okay. Oh my gosh, I've been talking too much today here. So what I did with the riverboat cruise was literally, I did my list, and ironically, like what always happens in our house, Ross had, his list was like almost identical to mine. So, and I said, yeah, I've got the riverboat cruise on there. And so we both started visualizing that we were boarding on the boat and we were going on the cruise, and we were seeing castles and all this kind of stuff. Well, within an hour of doing that, someone on Facebook reached out to me. They are like a fellow Canadian, and they booked the European riverboat cruises. And she said something, I just had to connect with you and tell you who I am. And, when you want help, not if you want help, but when you want help, I'm here to help you. Now, I have never had any, contact with this person before, but you see how synchronicities can happen for you. So it makes you feel more in control when you can do something. And all of these things are free. They're easy. You don't have to have, you know, like, it's not backpacking in the forest to, like, you can just sit down anywhere, close your eyes, and visualize as if you already have it. That's the trick to it. So these are things that I'm doing for everything that I do now. And this is kind of the secret behind the successes that I'm having. So I want to encourage you to do that. So Sarah, that's for you, but it's for everyone who listens to this call, okay? And also finally, Sarah, I want you to know Lulu, you're right, she is doing great, and there's a huge shift in her. So that's great. But again, Sunny is saying to you again, that when you focus only on you and being present, you will feel Sunny, and Sunny wants to guide you with the things that you are meant to be doing and not. Okay, so I'll leave that with you. And then SC, so are you ready for what your pets have to say? Yes?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me? Are you ready for this?
Yeah. Yes. I'm looking
Okay.
forward.
Okay, so Peter, like I was, so I thank you for the pictures, and I was going to say to everyone, I might sound like I don't care about your pets, or I don't remember them. When I have the picture, it makes it so much easier. So every month, like, always send me those pictures, because it just makes it so much easier. Even with my own pets, like, I like them in front of me, just because I'm seeing so many animals, and I want to make sure that, I'm getting the right messages for you. But Peter is he's very, very, very relaxed, like, very relaxed. So, and I've been feeling your energy for the last couple weeks. I You're feeling stress right now. You're feeling anxiety.
Oh, yes.
So you're actually feeling better to me. Like
Okay.
I feel like you're growing. Do you feel like you're growing? Like there's changes happening for you?
Um, I, I do. I, I'm sorry. Um, I worry. The energy is so weird. Am I growing or is just weird?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you see, you're very empathic and like this energy's all over the place. And like I'm telling you, I woke up this morning and I said to Russ, oh my gosh, I just want to like rip off a head. I don't talk that way. And I was so very frustrated. But it's just the energy. Like, see what's happening with us, and this will get like you live in the States. There's a lot of stuff happening there, as you know.
Oh,
I don't want to go, with there's a lot happening, right? And where we live is literally 5 minute drive to the water, and I look over, like it's just a little bit of a river, and I look at Buffalo, New York. And
oh,
there are times I cannot even sit in my car across from Buffalo, New York. The energy is so aggressive and all over the place. So, you're feeling a lot. And the one thing that I heard for you is that you need to add more. If you haven't done it yet, get movement in you every day. Are you moving your body? Because I feel it's stuck in you.
no. And it's so funny because somebody told me that just last night.
Sorry, say that again.
Yeah. Somebody told me the same thing last night, and I'm not moving, so I have to start moving. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. And like I don't know this person who you talked to. They didn't talk to me, just so you know. And I can tell you, like, what happens with me is every morning my husband and I have it marked in my calendars. Like we make sure that this is a priority because I have to make sure for me with my schedule, the amount of people and pets I'm helping, that and there's lots of changes happening for me. Like as you know, we talked about you guys missed some little surprises here, but you'll have to wait till more. But only SC knows this. And but anyways, like for me to stay grounded, for me to be able to, do the work that I do, I have to mark it in my calendar. This is my time when I exercise. This is my time when we walk by the water. And if we get down to our specific spot where we go, which is by looking at buffalo, and if I just start feeling antsy or like I get a look like my energy shifts, and my husband notices and he'll say, we got to go down the river more. And then we go down and I'm all nice and relaxed. And but if I do not do that walk in the morning, and we might walk anywhere from 20 minutes to 45 minutes, and then we might take, maybe half an hour, 10 minutes, it depends on my day, and we just sit and look at the water and watch the Canada geese like land, and the dogs are looking around. It's just very peaceful time. If I don't do that, by the end of the night, my body feels like I'm achy and got a flu. That's how painful my body gets, because energy will get stuck in you. So what do you feel you could do for your movement? Like I think I was putting it in the newsletter, the Monday message, like yoga, tai chi. Does any of that resonate with you, or walking? What do you feel good about doing?
So I have a Tai Chi class on Monday and I have a yoga class on Wednesday.
Okay.
Um, it's not that I love them, but they feel very useful.
Okay.
Um,
So, do you like I find like are you happy when you go?
um, it's work and it's hard for me.
Okay. Okay.
So it's
So,
good. I'm glad I go, but
Okay, yeah, and
oh,
I, but you feel like it's like a chore to kind of go?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, and thank you for that honesty because like I know like some days I have to really push myself. Like if I'm tired and like I sometimes I have nights like I do my walk in the morning and then when I finish in the evening, that's when I do my whatever exercise. Like I have a kind of a few things that I kind of rotate where I have I sent everybody and I think you may still have it is that link for Christopher Pei for YouTube. He's got like anywhere from 7 minutes to an hour of Tai Chi. I just follow that. And there's another workout that, and I might have shared this too. I paid for it was like I think I paid like $29 for it, and it's lifetime, and it's a 5 to 7 minute workout, and I do that in the evening. So I switch between the two. So I'm not spending a lot of time. I found for me, I used to do yoga. I used to go to a gym. I had a personal trainer. I used to do Tai Chi. But what was happening for me, I felt really good after I worked out. But while I was there, I liked it, but my body was feeling everyone's stuff. And I feel like you're empathic, and that's why I'm asking, how do you feel when you're there? Because I'm wondering if you're feeling stuff, because I can't go into group settings with people because it's just too much for me.
I am feeling less and less like I can go into a group setting. I really don't want to be around a lot of people. And I thought it
Okay.
was me and
Yeah.
getting old. Okay. Um,
No, no. Yeah. So, I mean, and like, like there's times like I say to people, it's always great to get out and do stuff. But when you're empathic and you are, right? You're empathic, you're sensitive to energy, right?
yes. Hmm.
Right. So this is where, you know, we have to do things differently. And I can tell you that, we when you're not passionate or excited to do something, and there's a difference like with exercise, like, yeah, at 10, sometimes I finish work at 11 o'clock at night from 9 a.m. And I might feel tired, but I also know if I don't get movement, then my body, I'll wake up in the morning, my body will be swollen, I'll feel really achy, and I don't want that. So, that's where I go, okay, well, I can do my 7 minute workout, like this exercise. And you like the exercise, it like I'm literally see what can you see on the video? Like I'm just doing my arms like this. That's one
Absolutely.
of the exercises. And that's 2 minutes I have to do that. And I lost inches on my arms doing this. And like it's crazy. And so and while I'm doing that, like I'm lifting up opposite legs. And that's to me, I'm not having to go out around other people to feel their stuff. I'm excited doing that. Now when I do it, the only challenge I have at home is I've got dogs licking my feet because they're excited and think that we're playing or something, you know. Um, but that might be something that you might enjoy better, you know,
Yeah.
because you want to be enjoying it, because if you're not enjoying it, you're not going to stick with it. That's kind of the concern, because I know I've been there. Does that sound fair? To fair, like, does that, am I on
Uh,
track with your thinking on that?
uh, Frequently that's true. In this case, I've made a commitment. So
Okay, well, if
I've
you're
been,
gonna go, that's great.
yeah, but I
Yeah,
need more than that. So what you're talking about is good. I used to have a little, I called it my 5 minute routine at the end of the day, and
yeah,
uh, based on different, there's supposed to be an exercise for but getting more nitric oxygen in your, so it's simple. It's sort of similar to what you were doing,
yeah,
and I have really, I do a, so exercises, but I need to do it more.
yeah. And like we literally, and everyone listening to this, we all have to be moving every day because everyone, you're all empathic, you're all sensitive to energy. And even the ones that are not sensitive to energy are having stuff in their bodies happening because they're holding the energy, but they're just thinking, well, because they're, they're getting older or whatever. And that's not the case. It's just that the world is now opening up. The ones who don't feel are starting to feel. And like I actually, another thing you don't know about me is that I actually trained it's a form of yoga. And I was actually a teacher. And one of the things that, and this is like something that you can even do this before you go to bed, is it's like you're tapping on your body. And by doing the tapping, that also will help you to release. So you would start tapping on your head and like you're kind of bouncing your body. Like, do you see I'm kind of doing that? And I'm tapping on my head, and then you go to your neck, and then you go to your shoulders, and then you start at your hand, and then you go up your arm, and then you turn your palm and go down, and then you'd go to the next arm, and then you'd go down, then you'd go to your chest, and then you'd go to your solar plex, then you'd go the your energy cycle, that the energy spot, which is like just under your belly button, and then you do your kidneys, your lower back, and your legs, and go down one leg, up, and then down the other one, up there. And by the time you do that, like when I do that, it's maybe 15 minutes just doing that, and my body is vibrating after I do that. And even doing that would really help you.
Okay.
Right. So, and, please let me know how that goes for you, because, I really want to help you to get something that you enjoy doing. Because, like I remember like years ago, my husband would say, oh, let's go for a bike ride. And he'd be a mile down the road. It's like I'm watching the back of his butt a mile down the road, and this is not enjoyable for me. But I know for me, I like to walk slow, take my dogs, enjoy watching the birds, and being in nature. And so I know for me, that's where I love that walking and being with my pets. But I also know I need this whole movement. Like, I'm not going to walk down a street doing this kind of exercise or that, right? So, you can kind of make one, like where I take my morning with the walking, and then the night kind of like this, or like I'll switch it up and I'll do the tapping, or I'll do the Tai Chi. And notice how I'm not spending hours each time doing this, because you don't need to do hours. So keep me posted on that. Is
I
that
will. Thank you.
okay? Now, yeah, and that was like a huge message that I was getting for you like all week, was, add and see, just when you think like, I don't know what y'all are doing, I still get messages from your pets and your loved ones. And remember, like part of your membership, I'm not just doing healing on your pets, I'm doing healing on you as well. And so, when you're feeling stuff, there's a lot of things that the energy is changing in you, right? So, with the healing that I'm doing, it makes you more aware, makes it, the people will show up to remind you. And like for you with the exercise, that was me and another person. That's two people. Was that just in one day that you were told that, or was that yesterday? Did you say you were told
That's
that?
yesterday. So it's
Yeah.
actually within 24 hours because
Yeah, and so there's a sign, like, when we get told something more than once, or, that's something that I want to encourage everyone to listen to and pay attention, because this is exactly what's part of this energy, is that we are being guided what we're supposed to be doing. And I'm telling you, like, I am so energized from just doing, like, even as we're doing the tapping now, like I just I'm ready to go clean toilets or something right now. And that's not something I'd like to do. I don't know why I picked that. I don't know if someone has to clean their toilet or something right now. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how much it shifts in me just doing that little bit of tapping. Crazy, right?
wonderful.
So, and okay, so that was, one of the things I was told for you. And I want you to know Tiger, he's very intuitive and is watching you and growing. He's watching you grow. So, sometimes your pet looks at you. Well, that's what's going through his head. Like, oh, she's really growing, because sometimes we don't see in ourselves when we're growing and making changes, but our pets do. And Tiger's pointing out that you are growing. So even though you may not feel like it, good girl, I'm proud of you. Keep going.
Okay. Well,
Okay. And then with Gus, he again, it's the kind of the same theme. He's very intrigued with the changes happening in you. So again, our pets feel the true energy, right? And when we go through change, how they always say, like, you think it's the end of the world, and then all of a sudden something just bursts, and then it's like, wow, I feel like I'm in this whole new world. Or like, how did that happen? And then like, it's like you're bringing stuff to the surface to clear, and then it pops, and then you have this big change. I feel like this is kind of what's happening for USC. Okay.
cool.
um and then so watch Elfie, because Elfie is really watching the other side a lot, to point out to you that there's a lot around you. So do you notice Elfie kind of looking around a lot, like, staring and that kind of thing?
He does do that.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's pointing out to you, and that's his way of saying, like, look at, like, when everywhere, you see Elfie, look and just stare, that's another one with you. And oh, staring here, that's another one with you, because you have a lot of loved ones and pets around you that are supporting you right now. And like, some of these that are coming to me, tell her to move, get moving, get moving. So, you can find that you can get, like, different, your loved ones that are with you will use people to get messages to you, just like they did with me. Came to me and said, tell her to do this, right? So be mindful of how people and what people are saying to you around you, because if you feel like someone's not talking to you nicely, are you finding that happening? I don't know why I just said that.
Um, I, it's, yeah, it falls in that range. I feel kind of
Okay.
alienated from my coworkers right now, from other
Okay.
people.
Yeah. Okay. So I feel like, take your energy and just focus on you and what's right for you. And I feel like your energy is different than theirs, and they don't understand you. And that was has been all my life always. People didn't understand me because there was something different, and it was my energy that, you know, just people, when we are healers, when we are empathic, we have this energy that is different. And so that's their stuff. Don't even give that a second thought. Okay. Just focus on yourself, what you need to do in your day. And know you're a beautiful soul. You're an amazing person. And I really love you. And just believe in yourself, because I sure believe in you. And if, when you get the recording, play this part over and over. So,
Thank you. Thank
okay. Yeah, because I mean, and it can be hard that, when you do have abilities and people don't understand it. I've been there, and I know I had a real a lonely road with that too. And that's why, I like, reach out to me if anytime. And this is for everyone, like, if you have to book a 15-minute chat with me, that's what, this is what I offer you. This is like, you're in this diamond membership not just for me to do healing on your pet, but for me to help you as well. And I want to help you with wherever you are with your needs, whether it's for your pet or for you. And so just say, you can email me and say, hey, can we book a 15-minute chat? This is something that I offer you guys. So yeah, so what is it, and I feel for you too, SC, that there's something that you need to do for yourself that's special. Now, when I said that, what is something that you feel like you could do for yourself?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll give you him. So, because I'm doing this tomorrow, because I
Okay.
had just had this conversation with my hubby Ross today, and I feel like I just want to just go for a nice car ride and just sit and have quiet time in like just journal. And I don't know, like by water or something like that. But um that's what I was hearing that I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to go to our farmers market. I'm going to do something that's kind of me going out by myself without the energy of others, including my pets, which I'm always with them, right? And just doing something where I'm not reporting time, I'm not reporting, like I don't have to be here or do this kind of thing. Because I feel like, and tell me if this is fair to say, you give a lot to others, right?
I think I probably do to others and to work, to trying to
Yeah.
make it work
Yeah.
out.
And so I feel like you're kind of missing like kind of that exchange where you need to kind of fuel your soul now. And that's kind of what I'm doing tomorrow is just, like I've been taking all summer and I'm taking Fridays off. And so, I'll check my phone at, first thing in the morning and the end of the night. But I'm not keeping my phone hipped at the side, at my side. And I'm just going to, you know, get in my car tomorrow. I'm going to pack a picnic and just wherever I'm kind of lucky that I can drive for a long way and I'm all by the water. So because for me, I need water. I need to be by water. And I just want some time where I can just sit and if I want to stare at water, if I just want to get out and walk, because I want to refuel myself and I feel like this would be a good thing for you. So I know my husband there, even last week, he said, I need to take a day off. And this is a man that would never do anything like that. But he said, like he just wanted to take some quality time off. And even though he was working in that, full time, he just said, you know what, we're going to take a day and have a fun day. And we took our dogs and we went to the, uh, a park that's in our area and took the dogs on our knee and we were on swings. If you go to my YouTube, you can see our dogs on our knees. A 67-year-old man with his dog had a lot of attentions as he was on this swing. But it's something out of the ordinary. So, is that what does that make you feel like when I say that, SD? Is that something that, you could just do you like the idea of just having quality time by yourself?
I do. I do. And the
Yeah.
farmer's market sounds good also. Um,
Right?
yeah, I would love to see the ocean, but it's about 4 hours away. So I don't think that'll happen anytime
Okay. Well, see, I have to look at Lake Erie.
soon.
Um, but it's still water. But even if you have like any kind of water by you, or even just even sitting in a backyard with a water fountain or something like that, um, like I know sometimes people will go to parks like here in Canada, we have a lot of them, the water parks, our areas where there used to be community pools, they cemented in the pools and they have the water parks. Like they're like, for the families to bring their kids, like the water shoots out of the ground, but it's not like a water park where I'm saying like the surf and the water and you got to pay to get in. It's just a place where you go and you get sprinkled with water sort of thing. So even sitting by the sound of water, something like that. So let your heart guide you and, just pack a picnic. I see, to me, this is really big for me having picnics because for many years, when I had Crohn's disease, um, I was in hospitals. My weight was at only 80 pounds and I couldn't eat anything, but I was on IV for weeks and months. So for me to be able to get out, even though this is like 30 some odd years later, I still value the fact that I can get in a car, drive, take a picnic and go anywhere. And that's huge to me. That's like a really big gift that I have. So, do that for yourself and I think that that will kind of recharge your battery because you know, this is where we all have to start living differently and being kind to ourselves in so many ways, right?
Yeah.
So, too bad you don't live closer. You could have gone on a picnic with me tomorrow.
Oh, I would love to. I will
So
imagine having the most beautiful picnic.
what's
Uh,
that?
I will imagine you having the most beautiful picnic. And
There you go, right? And see, like we're really lucky here that, having the farmers markets. I know that like where we live, we're kind of like the last town. Then like I look and I see the the bridge going over from Canada to the States, and so why I say that is where we are located. When the trucks come to the grocery stores, we get whatever's left on the trucks in our grocery stores, which aren't always the freshest food. And so with these farmers markets, like I kind of go to farms and farmers markets to get my food because then I know it's fresh. Where the grocery stores, like I bought carrots the other day. I like to juice carrots, and I opened the bag and they were mold, and I don't want to eat stuff like that. So this is like, big party time for me to go Fridays. That's why I'm taking Fridays off, because I like to go down to the farmers market. So, just add something into your routine, of doing something different. And that's why I want to encourage everyone. Think of like something that you can do that's different, because that's what this is all about now in this energy. It's about, letting go of the old, which means clearing out your stuff, making changes, getting, when you, in Feng Shui, they talk about clearing stuff out. And why I talk about that a lot in a lot of stuff I do with you in these Monday messages is because when you clean stuff out, you're actually shifting the energy in your spaces, which is helping you and helping your pets. And when you clear stuff out, that actually brings opportunities to you. And I can tell you that 2 weeks ago, I guess it was last week, I cleaned out an area, and within 2 hours of doing that, I got booked to be the speaker for 4 mastermind events and a summit just by cleaning out an area. So, that was the opportunity that came to me around that. But I mean, it was just stuff that we weren't even using. So I want to encourage you to, look what you're not using, clean that out, look, get, I'm saying SC, me too, with Sarah, you gotta get present, exercise is good as well. Walking and doing this movement, it makes us a clear channel. It makes us hear the messages and what we have to do. And if you're on this call and you've got people around you that they treat you bad, it just let them, focus. You can visualize, this is what I did. I put mirrors around myself. I'd visualize like mirrors were around me, where it was the mirror would be reflecting back at the person. And when I would visualize that, it was like their energy was coming towards me, but it didn't come to me because it reflected back on them. And that's where I found, that would really help me when I was experiencing that. But I also found that another thing that I did, and I still do, that I spend time like more valuing myself, loving myself, but not relying on other people for, attention or for love or support. Like I'm more like, yes, my husband loves me very much, and I love him, but I don't like there, how you want it and you need it, or it's great to have either way. I don't need to have it like that I have to depend on people for my happiness. I guess that's the word I'm saying. And I don't know, Esty, I feel like this is for your message for you. Is this something that maybe you're feeling?
I try not to, but I think it's been coming up recently.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know for me that in my past, when like somebody would treat me bad, or like I would expect something from them and I wouldn't get it, no matter who it was, it would be like I would feel let down and okay, what's wrong with me? It would start causing a domino effect. So when I shifted to go into, okay, I'm focusing on me. What do I need to do today? Okay, so, and like, so being focused more on, it's almost like I'm more in the headspace of angels and God and guidance versus people's stuff that are around me. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, and it's
Okay.
beautiful. Thank you.
Okay. Good. Because that's how I really put my attention. And when you do that, it's like, because you think about like the world, there's, like people have got opinions. And like I posted last night a comment. One of my students reached out to me that in Canada there was horrific fires. She reached out about like 11 o'clock last night, really concerned. In Alberta, they've been having really bad fires. And like the horses, because this is Alberta's kind of, if you don't know Canada, it's kind of like people ride their horses. It's not like, it's kind of like our Midwest, middle of the country. And so a lot of people have horses, and these horses were covered in ash, and because the towns were burning down completely, they lost towns. And so I put a comment, and I had somebody put a really nasty comment on there. And instead of me letting myself get caught up as like, in getting words back to them or reacting, it was like, boy, that person shows their stuff, well, that's their stuff. And then not giving the energy to it. Do you know what I mean by that? And so it's, like, I'm kind of in the headspace like, you know what, God has done this, or angels are doing this, or this kind of thing. And so when you listen to people who are in this space where this particular person was, answering this message, it was this, I don't even want to say what the comment was. It wasn't nice. And uh when when you listen to people like that, that can really mess you. And when you think about it, that's their stuff, right? And you're all working amazing stuff at clearing yourself and growing, and you're empathic and you're feeling a lot. You don't have to put yourself into a place of feeling everything else you know that you don't need to. So take your focus, and I'm glad, SC, that can help you. But anytime, like if you're struggling, please reach out to me, okay? Because this is a really challenging time for empathic people. And it can be very confusing, and it can kind of cause a domino effect that if you listen to other people, let their stuff, their stories, you start listening to their stories, it can kind of get you going, well, I'm not worthy of doing exercise, and then not exercise, and then you don't go out, or I'm not worthy of this, or I'm not good enough, or maybe I can't do this. Because I got into that. That's why I'm saying, like, I feel like that could happen for you, and I don't want to see that happen for you.
Thank you. Here's a question.
Aren't you glad that you were on the call tonight? It's like, oh my gosh, she just keeps using my name.
Uh, I, I rearranged my schedule to be on the call tonight.
Oh,
So
did you? Oh, I feel very honored. Feel very honored. Well, you know what? Like everything happens for a reason, right? And so now, everything that I've said, do you have any other questions that you want to ask me around any of this stuff that I haven't addressed?
it's it's a sort of related question. It's odd sort of question. When you were
Yeah.
talking about the fires and the horses,
Mhm.
I have for years had a lot of problems reading or when I heard about disasters or animals that were very mistreated
Yeah.
and go in a bad spiral.
Yeah.
Um, and then something's like we all make like we make what I've heard. This is the question. We make contracts when we come down, with God or whomever you want to call it, however you want to phrase it.
Yeah.
And perhaps some of this is the animals also make a contract. So
Yeah. They
I'm
do.
really, Okay, so I'm trying to figure out way it doesn't feel quite like so much. So they make contracts. So
They do, absolutely. Absolutely, they do that. Yeah. They are born, they know what they're here for. And I can tell you that, like, I knew at a very young age. So let me go back a little bit more, explain this to you. As a person as well as pets, there's no difference. So you know that I have crossed over twice, right?
yeah,
I have the ability of seeing my other lifetimes. I see other people's lifetimes, other pets' lifetimes. I see, when a person is really mourning over an animal, and then that I see the connection, because why that person mourns so much is because that pet and that person were together in other lifetimes, or maybe just one lifetime. My dog Gus, when he crossed over a year ago, Tuesday, actually, it will be, it hit me really hard. And I went through a phase like, okay, I help people's pets cross. I've been to the other side. I understand what's going on. Why have I gone through 2 boxes of Kleenexes today? This is ridiculous, and I had lots of lessons. And then Gusty was showing me that we have had 11 lifetimes together. And in each lifetime, it showed me he was born to teach me this, or I was to teach him that. And so when we are born to learn something specific, or heal something from our last lifetime, or make amends, make changes. And then if we don't do that, the work of the change and healing, then we come back again and relive that and go through that. Do you understand what I'm saying with that? And so, when animals are abused, that in other lifetimes they could have been abused. And like I can tell you, in all my lifetimes, I was always abused and killed because I was different. And I mean, medieval times, I was actually, I have a memory. I can go back to the visions even very clearly. And again, this was my journey many years ago. Like, why was I dreaming about this? And it all, it took time to figure it all out. But what was really interesting was my childhood dog that I had in this lifetime, Spot, because I got her when I was 2. I thought she had a little spot on her butt. And so I had this dog. I was an only child. I went through abuse from my parents. And again, see the abuse pattern every lifetime I had this. And in the medieval times, I was being stoned to death for being different. People, I was just different. And so instead of projecting words, or the bullying like they do now, they would stone people. And so while I was being stoned to death and blood was rushing on my face, I had this dog licking my face as I was dying. And I couldn't understand why it's so important for me. And I could sit here and have a dog lick my face like crazy all the time. And people would be like, "You're nuts. Like, how come you're letting every dog lick your face?" But to me, like, that's such a gift. And I just love it. It's like having a massage to me, which is weird, right? And so that was a special moment, having this connection with this dog. Now, this dog has been in my lifetime. Spot was in my lifetime many times to help me through abuse. So she was born to help me through stuff. And then as we go through our journeys with a pet, like my dog Rocky was born to be my dog. And I rejected him because I had lost Spot, and the neighbor behind me was trying to give me this dog and said, "This dog is for you. We have to get you, back to living and have a pet, because you're supposed to always have a pet because of the love you have for them." But I had Spot for so many years. And the tragedy about that was that my mother had just taken her one day and had her put down. And I didn't know for 3 weeks. She'd lied to me and said the dog was at the vet. And I learned from somebody else. So I never had that opportunity to say goodbye. So there was a lot around that for me. And so, you know, so here's Rocky, and like this neighbor was adamant I had to take this dog, and that dog was in my another lifetime before helping me with healing. And so as I got, Crohn's disease healed and all these different things were happening, the dog, eventually I went through the divorce and with my ex and all this stuff that, he started going downhill, but he didn't have that happen until Mr. Right came in my life, which is my husband of 23 years, Ross. And every lifetime, Ross and I have always been married. And his parents in um, this lifetime were my parents in every other lifetime. And the parents I was born to them to learn the lesson of what it's like not to have love and how important it is that we share love and give love. And you'll hear, like, I'm always signing love, everything you ever get from me. It's always love, Sue, or I love you, this kind of talk, because I know that's what our world needs. But I had to learn what it was like not to have it. So does that help you? SC, I'm really kind of going on about all this. It's really like a 5 minute call. Like I kind of blew it like that, up like that. But is there something I'm saying there that's helping you? Or so do you understand the bigger
Yeah.
picture of everything?
Yes. And that's very, it's the bigger picture. I needed to kind of to to know that. And
Yeah, for sure it is.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And like, and this is where like I want you all, and like SC, we're talking here, but everyone else listening to this replay, this is the time where, you know, get out of your head in the way where, like every single thing on the planet is happening now exactly as it's supposed to. And the ones who are not going to go with the change and like accept change and make the changes, and that they're going to struggle because they're going to keep reliving, like they're going to have experiences keep coming up. Well, you're not like listening to the messages we're giving you from the other side, so they'll keep reliving those experiences. The ones who are stepping into like this energy of, like I'm, what do I have to do? I have to have the self-care, I've got to make sure I look after myself, and you know feel this love and this joy and gratitude, and help my fellow man, and love my pet, and step into my healing power. And people belittling me, well, then you know what, that's their stuff. So visualize you've got a mirror around your whole being, right? And then let them have that reflection go back to them, and then you're not even going to feel that. And then they will have lessons come to them. They could be these people that aren't wanting to change. Or like for me, I went through a lot of people very jealous of me in my lifetime, and I didn't understand why. But different ones would say you have something they don't. It's like, I don't know what that means, but I know I am different. I can tell you now, I thought everybody could see the other side and feel them, and see their lifetimes, and I didn't know that that wasn't the case. But now people are opening up. So we're in a new world, so start thinking in this way that, like I was saying, like everything is connected, and the animals will find you. And it's, do the work on yourself, do the movement, do the exercise, be in the present moment, and really let your loved ones, your pets, whether they're on this side and they're, like Elfie is staring, right? Like showing you there's angels around you. Take that moment and close your eyes, and who's the first one that comes to your mind? And that's who it is, because I know you have this ability to do that. And so then you can go, wow, like I've got, my aunt, or I got, whoever with me, and it feels great. And like I lay in bed every night, and I have like 6, sometimes 8 spirit guides around my bed. They're higher than angels. And I watch my dogs, and sometimes if I'm reading or distracted, I'll look at Marley and his head's going like a windmill. And so when that's happening, it's like, oh yeah, okay, pay attention, to get present, I'm focusing on something else, right? and then they'll give me messages, and they'll share different things, or they'll tell me, who needs what. And, I'll tell you, SD, one of that, like they were talking about you, that, I had to help you. Remember how that situation happened and we're having that session? That's where that came from.
Wow.
With me going into, yeah, I was guided for that. And so, if you get ever guided to do something, don't question it, because there's a lot of higher powers working with you, and everyone on that listens to this replay, it's the same for you as well. So do you feel like you're like on a new planet now, SC, after me rambling for so much?
No, it's not rambling. It's not rambling. It's
Well,
fantastic.
why I'm saying rambling. I just 10 minutes before we started the call, I just taught a Reiki pet Reiki class, and when I teach Reiki, I get really energized and I don't stop talking. So very, very professional that I'm telling you that, right? But you feel bad for my husband. He'll be home around midnight, and I'm going to be talking a mile a minute because I'm more energy. I'm getting energized as we're on our call with all the messages I'm getting for everybody. But see, this is kind of the things that are happening to me now. I'm like becoming like a real motor mouth, giving all these messages and that. So, welcome to my world, Essie.
Thank you so
But
much. This
you're
was
very welcome.
all of it. Yeah.
Well, so I have kind of something to tell everybody. Now, something that I've been doing in my off hours, or my day, my weekends, and that, where I've been saying, like, if I don't answer you, it means I'm busy. Well, what I've been busy at is I have really been seeing a lot of you that are, really going through stuff, and really, like growing. And I'm always about, like, if there's anything that I know and I can teach you or share, that, like, I want to do that for you all. So I've expanded your membership, the diamond level, and I have been creating online courses for you. They're free. I have been making meditations for you, and they're all kinds of different levels. And I've also been scheduling and doing, and going to be interviewing more um, for mastermind calls. So, wherever you are, whatever topic you want to know about, I want you to reach out to me and send me an email and tell me what topic you want to know about. And this Tuesday, I have actually my producer that I work with. He used to be a producer. He's an award-winning producer for TV and movies. And he used to be a director for TV shows on AMC Network. And he is the one that is behind basically what I do. He was the one that, to help me to get out, helping everyone, um, that, said that I should be doing these Sue London live talks twice a month. And he's been helping me with my YouTube, where now on my YouTube, I have, I think the last time I looked a couple days ago, it was like 138,000 views on my YouTube. And that's just in a 7-month period. So he's going to be the talk on Tuesday. That's Tuesday the 30th at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And all you have to do is go to my website, asksuelondon.com, and you'll see he's made this fancy flip that you'll see his name come up. And then you just have to turn that when you hover on it, it turns. So crazy technology, and it has like register, and you can register for that. And if, because you are in my diamond membership, if you cannot be on there live, email me. You still have to register. Email me, and then I will send you the replay. But you will also see the replay in the membership program. Now, what's happening, in order for you to see all this new part of the site, there's some changes we have to do with how you're set up for payment. So if this is something that, for part of your membership, that you want all of that, there's no extra charge. It's just that we have to do some kind of administration stuff, you and I together. So if you're wanting that, please send me an email and that we will get that sorted out for you. If you're just on here just for the healings for you or your pets, that you don't want that, that's fine. Just know I've created that. And I'm going to on Monday. I did a master class where it was me sharing my journey. People always ask me, what's my story? And there is somebody actually wanting to do a documentary on my life. And so this is the kind of a master class I did. I will include that in your email Monday message on Monday. So you'll see that on there, that you can click on the link and you'll see my hour of me talking about things that I had done. And then I think now that we've got the hurricanes, all the storms and that all over, I've got a couple Sue London live events that I think I have to, well, I think I sent the one about the grounding techniques, didn't I? There's one more I have to send from this Tuesday anyways, that I will get them out for you for next week. But yeah, I really, for me, it's about helping you grow as much as your pet. So if there's anything, I know, I keep coming back to you. Is there anything else that you want to ask me? Are you good? Um, Everyone else, you'll have to join me or send questions for the next time.
This this has been really fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
you're very, very welcome. Well, like I said, I love you. And, you know, it's really good to know that, to be around supportive people when you're at a place where, you got stuff happening. And just know that, I want you to know that, I am your support here. I'm doing so many events like, that are free on purpose so that everyone can come anytime. And, we do these once a month. We've got the Ask Sue London Lives on the second and the fourth Tuesday of the month. I am actually, I don't even know the date, but it's on my website. I'm actually going to do a master class on, what is that one on? On the healing power of pets. So I'm going to be talking about how pets are healing for us and my own stories of, pets helping me and helping children at sick kids hospitals because I would take my dogs and do pet therapy. So I'm going to be doing that talk. And I'm scheduled to do 3 other talks. And then I've got a summit coming up that I will definitely keep all of you posted on that. And if you can't make stuff, as soon as I get these replays, you guys are all special to me, and I get these links for you guys. So because I want to, help you all grow. So, I'm sorry, that you couldn't join us, but SC, I love you. When I say that, I really mean it. I love everyone who's, listening to the replay and on the membership. I value each of you. And SC, I want you to, keep in touch with me and let me know how you're making it with the exercise, okay?
Will do. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, so that's it. So now on that note, I'm gonna go do my exercise, and SC, you're gonna go do some of your exercise now too, right, my dear?
I have looked up Christopher Hay, Tai Chi,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I'm going to investigate.
Look, it's a proud moment for me. It's like my baby's taking another first step. I love this. Thank you for making my night, my friend.
Thank you.
Okay,
Have a
well, that's it for tonight. I love you all. And again, just keep an eye on my website, asksuelondon.com. There's a lot of great changes happening. Oh, one more thing I wanted to share. So I've got other things happening that, I'll let you know as more is coming. But I am doing on my podcast, I'm doing mini 15-minute readings kind of thing. Like, I don't want to call them reading. They're basically messages from your pets, or for if you have a loved one you want a message from, or from your pet. And you're willing to come on my pre-recorded podcast, which means there's just you and I hit a record button, we're talking, and I'm giving you a message from your pet or your loved one, or you want to know something about something that's happening with your pet. Um, that's what I'm doing, and there's no cost for that. It's just a matter that it's just to let other people learn from whatever I'm sharing with you and your experience. So if you're interested in coming on my podcast, please reach out. You'll see on my website, asksulondon.com, there's a spot where it says apply to be a guest. I think it says something like that. And if that doesn't work, then just email me the old fashioned way. I don't know all this technology. I have someone that does that for me, but just reach out to me because I'm now opening that up for kind of my show being around that as well. So that's it. I love you all. SC, thank you for changing your schedule tonight and being here. It's been wonderful to tell you in person the messages that I've been getting by many on the other side that are supporting you. So they will be happy and I will be able to sleep more.
Thank you again. I really
You're,
appreciate it.
you're very, very welcome. Okay, so I will talk to y'all soon and enjoy the rest of your day. And my gosh, we're coming to the end of July. Crazy hard to believe we got one more month of summer. And I guess in America, summer's coming to an end for some areas, right? School goes back in some areas in August. It's in our country in Canada, the schools go back in September, but gosh, the year's going fast. So why am I saying that? Because don't waste any more time in your life. Enjoy that moment you have right now and seize the moment. Go be like Ross and I, go on the swings, take your pet, sit on a swing, and have a wonderful time. I love you, and I want to wish you much love and many blessings, and I'll talk to you real soon. See you soon.
Bye bye.